So it's a Tuesday afternoon. That means it's the usual thing that's going to go on. We've got Joe from the Brentwood Gazette in the studio with us this afternoon. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
How are you? Have you been all right?
Yes, very good, thank you.
Fantastic. Now, you're going to tell us, you're going to give us a sneak preview of what's actually going on in tomorrow's Brentwood Gazette.
I am indeed. I'm going to stick to two little things this week.
Okay.
First off is the Brook Street Roundabout.
All right. Yeah.
Every week we seem to hear there's problems.
Yeah, it's terrible sometimes. Terrible. It's chock-a-block.
Indeed. And every now and again it seems to just grind to a halt for no apparent reason.
It does.
Now, it's been announced recently, this week, that the government is going to use a share of its £15 billion to create, hopefully an end to the problem. They're going to try and, a left-hand turn lane, a dedicated left-hand turn lane is planned.
Oh, I see. Now, I don't quite know how this is going to work out, because you've got to go across another road, haven't you?
Yes, so the lane is for traffic coming from the London-bound A12, and the plan is to create a dedicated lane to head on to the anti-clockwise M25, but traffic can hopefully do it should be able to do it without stopping. How is another
this is a bit
together.
Confusing now, isn't it? Because that would relieve a lot of traffic. Obviously, huge amount of traffic.
It would indeed.
But I don't. They're going to have to go up and over, aren't they?
Well, possibly. I mean, who knows? I mean, the firm details unfortunately aren't with us yet. But give it time, I'm sure all will be revealed. But already in the paper tomorrow, you'll see we've got people saying, well, a flyover is probably more practical, and probably less costly than, for example, a tunnel.
Yeah, totally. They've got. I'm trying to think now. Brook Street Roundabout. They've got one on the clockwise section of the M25 as you go onto the A12 Colchester bound, haven't they? Is that one there? That is one there, isn't it?
I believe
there's
so.
There's no traffic lights in one lane, and you just go straight round, and that does relieve a lot of problems in that particular area.
It does indeed, and maybe that'll be built by the bean counters, the powers that be up there. In Whitehall and wherever else.
If they can do this, I think that would relieve a lot of problems, a huge amount of problems.
Indeed. It would, and it would save a lot of time, a lot of frustration, a lot of stress. And,
but, I mean, how much is that going to cost? If there is just a flyover, one lane flyover, that's what we're talking about. Onto the anti-clockwise of the M25, that comes to fortunes just to build one of those.
Indeed. I mean, as I say, the exact details will be ironed out in time, I'm sure, but. So that's it for the moment.
Oh, fingers crossed.
Traffic problems look to be hopefully resolved in the future.
Have we got any sort of time limit that they're looking to do this in?
Not as of yet. It's just literally been announced, so I'm sure that'll come in time.
They're still writing words on paper.
Indeed they are.
What else we got coming up tomorrow then, Joe?
Well, lots of little bits and bobs, but the big thing, because I've spent a lot of my time this week writing about it, has been the Christmas lights.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
You yourself were there, I heard your dulcet tones on the stage.
Oh, that was fantastic, Joe. It was. Absolutely fantastic.
It was indeed. So we've got a number of pages on Brentwood, and I went out to Shenfield as well on Sunday and enjoyed the atmosphere there and spoke to everybody there for that. And I've also done something on Ongar as well, so it's the full kit and caboodle in terms of Christmas lights, which was over the weekend. Oh my word! So it's a plethora. Indeed, it's a plethora of lights.
Plethora. Of
Indeed. But I must say, I mean, I was there for the whole day. We were there for the whole day, giving out, handing out goodie bags. And we sold a record amount. It was 450. So, and there were so many people there. It was a lovely atmosphere, a lovely day.
I mean, I said this on stage, I've worked at a lot of radio stations over 20 years. And I've never seen a turnout like that. Brentwood, they should be so proud of themselves.
Absolutely. And they seem to do it every year, don't they?
They do.
And this year I think was especially good. I'm not entirely sure why, what was different, but it seemed to be... even better than usual, I would say. It was
a fantastic atmosphere. Really was an amazing atmosphere.
It was indeed.
And the amount of people it was just one mass of heads right down the high street.
It was.
When we had Vicky Davis on stage, Councillor Vicky Davis, and she pressed the plunger for the lights to come. It was just one mass of heads. It was indeed
shocking. It's I think it's a shame in a way that the community only really seems to come together at this time of year for this one event.
Then
again, it's necessity, isn't it? Because they can't close the high street every day.
No, that's right. No.
Another thing, actually, that's sprung to mind is we are going to be collating a gallery of people's Christmas lights they seem to put up early.
Oh, right, yeah.
That leads me on to a family in Hutton in Wainwright Avenue.
Yeah.
they have done an amazing job on their house. It looks, it's just amazing. You'll see it if you pop down that way. It's decked out. The whole side of the house is decked out in Christmas lights.
Just interrupting you slightly there, do you think there's a fine line between looking absolutely fantastic, oh my God, look at that, look what he's done now?
Well, put me on the spot there.
Quick, turn the electricity off, it looks horrible, all the house prices are going to drop. We all know someone that does that.
Indeed. But this family, they're called the Elliots. They certainly haven't done that. It looks absolutely splendid, and I'm driving around to various different places, various stories and people to speak to. You see them everywhere. You see them popping up.
Yeah.
It's only the 2nd of December today.
Yeah.
It's people are getting in early, and but I don't think anything beats that house in Hutton. But their mood sort of turned from happiness that it was all on. They switch it on Friday to annoyance because they found out that one of their bits of their display, a penguin in their display, had been, they believe, vandalised by...
Oh, no.
I know, it's to be fair, they haven't confirmed that yet. They've installed CCTV to see what was going on, but they haven't confirmed it yet. But that's what they believe. They say it couldn't be a fox that bit into it, otherwise it would have... would have just left it alone when it discovered it wasn't meat or something. But
do you know, I'm so old. Do you remember before the invention of LED lights? Do you remember they used to have a big long string of lights? One bulb used to go out.
Yeah.
You'd put them in the loft, wouldn't you?
Yep.
You'd put them in the loft the year before. Oh, fantastic. They all work. Right, put them away, wrap them up nicely, put them away, bring them down the following year, plug them in, don't work.
I know.
You've got to find the bulb now, haven't you?
I know. It's one of those things. But luckily they were telling me that they've got around that by just simply, if there's ever a fault or something, they just go out and get another one.
Really?
You know, from the sales that were around.
Oh, mind you, can pick them up quite cheaply now, can't you?
Exactly. But
and things have changed anyway. They don't all go out if one bulb goes now anyway.
No,
so.
Absolutely. But if you're down that way, check it out because it is amazing. It wouldn't look out of place in America, and that's
really,
that's saying something.
It is really nice to see a house that's gone to town with the lights like this. To be honest with you, absolutely fantastic.
And it looks. And I pulled up to speak to him, and I just said, "Wow," out loud to myself in the car. So,
but they do loads of little things like this. Like there's one not that far from it's in Pilgrim's Hatch, and they put a white reindeer outside on the front lawn, and the reindeer's head goes down, and as if it's eating off the... it's fantastic. Yeah. It's absolutely stunning. It really is.
It is, absolutely. So, basically, we're looking for your submissions of your best Christmas lights from around Brentwood, from around the borough, and send it into us at Brentwood Gazette.
Can we do a wonky page?
A wonky page?
Yeah, all the dodgy ones.
Oh, right.
I don't think you'll be able to do that. You can't do that.
I'll have to talk to the bosses about that.
Talk to the boss. You can have the two different sides. Absolutely. This side over here, absolutely fantastic. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them ones over there. Joe, thank you very much for coming in this afternoon. And that's all in tomorrow's Brentwood Gazette.